Good morning, traders. My name is Sihle Ngema from QuickTrade. Welcome to our technical analysis webinar session. Please send me a message to indicate if you can hear me. Thank you so much. Mpo, thank you so much. Perfect, Jonathan. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Okay, guys, is there anyone who's new to technical analysis here who's never done any technical analysis before? I see a couple of names here. They attend all the time. Paul has attended. Arun has attended. I think I've seen Emmanuel also. I don't know about Jonathan and Fezeka. Jonathan, it's you. Okay, perfect. Okay, Jonathan, it's only you for now. We're not gonna go back. Please just bear with us. Follow us. If there's anyone amongst you who's using a mobile device, please switch from a mobile device to either your desktop or your laptop, because I mean you won't be able to see what I'm showing or what I'm demonstrating from my screen this side. So it's important that you use either a laptop or your desktop. Okay, guys, the stock that you're going to look at is a trade idea that we sent out a few days ago. I think we sent it out on Thursday. I think it was on Friday. Or was it on Friday? I can't remember. That stock is AVI. It's showing on your screens right now. AVI, we think that AVI is a buy. We think that from 100, AVI should actually bounce off those levels. But I mean, there's something that I want to to highlight here. I know what we always say is that you do not buy anything that is trading below its moving average. That's what we always say. That red line there that you see, this line here, let me make it a dotted line. Okay, make it a bit thicker. Dotted line. Okay, that red dotted line there is your is your simple moving average. It's the value is 10. It's a 10 simple moving average. When the price is below the simple moving average, it means that you mustn't go in and buy that market. You must actually look to sell that market or look for possible selling opportunities that come up in the market. But uh, why do we think this one is a buy when it's trading below its moving average? And I know that there's a lot of people that are asking themselves that question, or who skipped this particular trade, who did not want to trade it because it's trading below its moving average. Okay, let me check what's. Okay, we'll have a look at that one as well, Arun. It's not an issue. We'll have a look at it now. Okay, let's deal with AVI for now. Okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to look at a quarterly time frame first. Quarterly time frame is 3 months. It's 3M. If you don't have that 3M on your trading platform, you go to edit, click on that box there, the blank box with the plus sign inside. Go here, say month. We want 3 months, which is a quarter of a year. Then you go okay. When you go there, you should have your 3M there, 3 capital M. Okay, that's 3M. Okay, now what we want to do, we want to check each and every support or resistance area that we have on the quarterly chart. We want to check each and every turning point or, or support. Okay, these are the levels that we have. You see, each level that has a dot on it, you must know that that area is either your support or resistance. Okay, that area there is our support. It's around 98, 99. There's another line that you can draw there around 97.85. Let's do another one below that. Okay, that's 95.03. Let's have another line at the top there. This is where our risk is on the quarterly time frame. Then we are working within this zone. So these are the levels we are looking at. If it maybe gets to 110, 11, you must pay some close attention to price action around those levels. If the price comes down to 97, we must be very careful in checking what the market does exactly around those levels. You see, this is our support on a quarterly basis. End of June, the end of the second quarter, or end of the first 6 months of the year, end of June. So this area is very important. That area is 90, let's call it 99. That area is 99. So around 99, we expect to get some buying interest from the market participants. So that area, we think that is very important. Okay, now let's go to our daily chart. Let's change the time frame to the daily chart now. Okay, we are still keeping our horizontal lines there, or our support zones there. Our support zone there is around 99 and 97, 85, 97 there. So we expect the market to stay above this area here. Although we've broken below the moving average, but there is some serious support below supporting us, because this is what I always say. I always say that if the market is, even if the market is above the moving average or below the moving average on a monthly time frame, if there is a resistance nearby, you mustn't participate there. You must stay out of that market. You must not go in and participate. Don't, because I mean, support is very close. Support is very close. Even though we are below, we can have a situation maybe like here, well, we closed below the moving average here, and immediately after that the market started going, because the market was actually in an uptrend around some support zone, so the market went up. So this is not important. The moving average is not very important. The most important is your support and resistance. Okay, now let's go to the daily time frame now. Okay, this is your daily time frame now. These are the levels I'm looking at. If it happens that maybe the market does not respect 99 and 98, or 99 and 97, there is a good chance that the market will break down to 95. Around 95, that's where I expect to see another attempt by the bulls to come in and push the market higher. That's where I expect another attempt. But at the moment, I do not really see any reason why I should doubt this bounce of this line here. You see this blue line that we have there at the bottom? This was Friday. Friday, the market went up on CML. So no, not CML, AVI, sorry. Market went up over 2%. Yeah, the trading platform is showing me 2.21, and the chart is showing me 2.02%. It bounced off this area, and this was a positive move. So what we're expecting next, we're expecting the price to break above 103. Once the price is broken above 103, the next level we'll look at is 110, which is our target. So we'll see what happens over the next couple of days. So I just wanted to give you the reason why we wanted to we gave this out as a trade idea, as a long AVI. Those are the reasons why we gave it out as a long. And here we are above the moving average. Let's hope we don't have a follow through on Monday. My only problem is the S&P 500 or the US 500. The US 500 has done extremely well over the past couple of weeks. It's been rising, but right now it looks like it's very close to its resistance. We'll have a look at it. And I will show you what I'm talking about there. We'll have a look and we will highlight those areas where I think we may have a problem on the US 500 or the S&P 500. It's either we break out above that area or we reverse and start coming a little bit lower. We could actually put a dampener on the market that could actually dampen the mood in the market if that actually does happen. Okay, that was AVI. Is there anyone who has any issues with AVI or with the analysis that I've just given on AVI? If you have any questions, please ask. Okay, okay, let's look at CLS first there, Arun. Then we'll have a look at GBP, JPY. Guys, everyone else is allowed to suggest a stock or a currency pair, commodity, anything that you want us to have a look at. We'll have a look at it. Okay, that was AVI. Now let's look at CLS. Okay, this is CLS. The dotted line at the bottom is our simple moving average at 10. Okay, now let's do this. Well, I mean, I've marked I've marked the support levels. I don't know why I missed this one. I don't know why I missed this one. Let me put my line up here. All these dotted areas are our support and resistance areas, or well, I mean, where the price closes are. At the moment, CLS has actually been doing, I mean, it's been doing very well. It's been on a nice rise since 2014. So this current quarter, we are still up over 8%. We are still up over 8%, and we have our support around 181. I understand that we are trading around 203. I understand we're trading around 203. Okay, let's check the monthly time frame. Monthly time frame. Monthly time frame, the long-term trend is up, and the market is still trading very far from our support. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. I want this turning point here. We have support around 200 or 201. We have support around 200 or 201. If the market keeps I mean, if it keeps I mean, respecting this area of 201.89, 202, there's a good chance that we're going to see this market maybe pushing up to 212. But last month we were negative. That's one thing that worries me there a bit. Let's check the weekly, the daily. Sorry, daily time frame. So we have some support there. We have some support. Let's do this. I want to make sure that we get this area right. So between 202 and between 202 and 200, I think we have some support here. The only problem is that we haven't really closed above the moving average yet. Let's wait and see what happens on Monday. If on Monday we close above this 10 simple moving average here, there's a good chance that the market is going to rise and move higher towards those levels there. I'm looking at 215 and more. I think the market is likely to do that, but it's a bit of a risky trade right now. You must just keep an eye out for that 200 area. If we get any daily close below 200, you must just exit that position because I mean it looks a little bit risky at the moment. It looks like if the sell-off continues, we are likely to come down to 180, 181 still on this one. But I mean, it's not a very bad trade. I think it is a good trade in a way. We are going to be able to make something out of it if it respects that 199 199,202 area. Right now, we are trading above that area, so I think there is a good chance that we are going to make some money out of this. Because I mean, even if we do go up, the area that we need to check out is 209, 210. That area is still our resistance at the moment. But I mean, if we take it out, I think we're going up to 214, 215. So yeah, that's I agree with you there, Arun. I agree with you there. 199 is a buy zone. So between I would say between 199 and 202, that's a buy zone. As long as the market continues to respect that area, we are going to make some money out of this CLS trade. But I mean, any break below 200, any close at the end of the trading session, if it closes below 200, then maybe we can look to exit our longs on CLS. Okay, now let's have a look at GBP JPY, and Mpo is next with his FSR. Okay, GBP JPY. Yeah, let me check. Okay, GBP JPY. Okay, I did some work on this one. Okay, let me remove all these lines. Remove lines, okay. They are all removed. Let me try and get those points. Okay, let me connect them like this. It's not important, you can just use this one alone. It's not really. Okay. I'm not going to mark this one, I'll leave this one out. I'm marking this dot here. Okay. Okay, now okay, okay, it's been rising, but I mean the past quarter was negative. We're down 4%, and this quarter, so far we are down 1.57%. And now let's go to the monthly time frame to check what picture we're getting there. The monthly, the monthly time frame, we are trading below our moving average. Our moving average is around. Okay, let me check. Our moving average is around 149.93. It's at 149.93, and we have a resistance at 149.603. This line here that we drew here. This is our resistance. This area is very important. You can see what happened in the past few months, where every time the market went up to that line. This was in March. The market tried to go up there. Sellers came in, pushed the price lower. In April, uh, buyers tried to push the market up. Sellers came in. They pushed the line below. So sorry, they pushed the price below our line there, 149,603. And again in May, buyers tried. We had this small, well, I mean, you can call it neck or a small tail. That small neck there, just above 149,603, and sellers came in. They dominated the push the price down to push the price down to our support here at the bottom, our horizontal line. And again, in again in June, the market hasn't actually done anything uh, extreme beyond these two levels here. We're still here in the middle of nowhere, so there isn't much really that's happening on this one. Another thing that we can do, maybe we can draw another. I mean, at the close, just below these bars here, we can put a horizontal line here. You can see that there is some nice pattern here. There is some nice pattern. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this pattern here. There's a nice pattern happening there. We haven't closed any month below 146, 179. We haven't closed any month below 146, 179. Every time the market gets there, buyers come in and push the market up. So that area is very important. Now let's go to the daily to see exactly what's happening on this one. Okay, Mr. Koza, I will be with you now. I will explain a bit about the trend lines. Okay. Okay, this is our support here. The market came down, it hit the support, it hit a positive close to the session here, and the market started rising. We closed above the moving average, and the market came down just to test this area here. I think anything between 146,179 and 145 627 or 600 there, I think it's viable. If the pound comes down here, I think this area is viable. Expecting the price maybe to go up to 149 600. I think that's the area that we are looking at. Yeah, that's the area that we are looking at. This zone here, I would say 144 and 145 600 is buyable. You must make sure that when you trade this one, you put your stop loss out of this area here. Make sure that it's below these tails here, these long tails here. It's below. I think it's buyable, although because I mean there is support. Although that's for people that are experienced. People have been trading the market for quite some time, because I mean you remember we are trading below the moving average on the monthly. But I mean, if you check that area, there is good support there. And if you check the structure, the market went up here, it went sideways, it went up. I think it's going sideways before it prepares. I mean, before it goes above the moving average again and starts moving much higher. I think that is what is going to happen next. The market is going to break above this moving average. It hasn't done that yet. We still have a problem area, which is 149,603. Any close above 149,603 is going to move this market much higher. So I think it's looking positive for the British pound at the moment. I think it's looking good. There's another thing that I want us to have a look at. That is our declining trend line. We have a declining trend line here. We have a declining trend line. The market went up from this from this support area here. It went up. It hit the declining trend line. That is why we saw this market coming down for a bit. So I don't know what's going to happen exactly here when we finally maybe get down to 145 600. We could see maybe the price, the price actually going much lower, maybe to this zone here, which I think in my view is viable, this zone. But this line this declining trend line is also important. You must make sure that when the price gets to the trend line there, you pay some special attention to this chart. Okay, I see Arun is sending me something there. Okay, yeah, Arun, I agree with you. I think this one is a buy. I think that's a buy zone there. Okay, let's do this. 6 months. Yeah, it's a buy zone, but it's a buy zone. But the only issue that we have here is that we are even on the 4 hourly, we're below the moving average here, and that trend line is not doing us any favor there by capping our gains. You see, we haven't really closed above that, so we're waiting for the price maybe to come down here. I think maybe the price might come down to 145 600, 145 600, even to this buy zone here before pushing higher. We'll see what happens next. But this area, this is where most orders are waiting. I think we have some sell orders waiting around this area still. But if we can get some good news out of Britain, there's a good chance that we can have the price breaking and moving higher. Let's see if we cannot get a rising trend line here. Okay, that is a rising trend line. Around this area here, we must check what happens. You see, when the price got down here closer to this rising trend line, we saw buyers coming in, pushing the price up, giving us a nice bullish reversal pin bar on the 4 hourly. But this declining trend line is still a problem in my view. I would put this one on my watch list and keep an eye on it and check it all the time every time it gets closer to that rising trend line there. Every time it gets closer to that line there. Any break below this rising trend line could take us maybe down into this buy zone here where you can actually go in and take a long. Maybe there's going to be a bit of consolidation before we really break out. Yes, above 147, yeah, Arun, yes, you may go long there. You may take a long, but make sure that you have a stop loss that's wide enough to protect you from the wild swings that can come and try to take you out of your trade. Okay, Mr. Koza, you're saying you see that I don't use trend lines, so you'd like to know whether trend lines are effective or not. Trend lines are very important, big guy. I've just done two there. They are very important. This is what I always say. Support and resistance and your trend line. Support and resistance and your trend line, they are key in your trading. After that, you can have a look at your indicators. You can have a look maybe at your moving averages, at your RSIs, and all these other fancy indicators that we have. We only use one indicator, which is the simple moving average. I do use the RSI sometimes, but not a lot. Okay. who wanted us to have a look at FSR? Paul, you wanted us to have a look at FSR. Let's have a look at FSR. I used to use a lot of MACD before, but I don't use a lot of MACD these days. I just rely more on my simple moving average, my support and resistance. Sometimes I just throw in the RSI just to check for overbought and oversold levels, check for maybe the 50 mark when the stock is trading below the 50 mark on the RSI and it's going down. It means that there is a strong momentum on the selling side. If it's above the 50, it means that there is a lot of the buying pressure happening at that point on a stock. So I use that. MACD is very good, but I mean you must make sure that when you use MACD, MACD agrees with your support and resistance levels or your trend lines. That way you can get like reliable signals. You can be able to confirm your signals because I mean all the indicators that are there in the market they work, but you must make sure that you combine them with your chart reading skills, with your chart analysis. If your chart analysis or your chart reading analysis is good, and you put in maybe your indicator, your RSI or your MACD, you can actually do very well there. Okay, let's have a look at FSR now. These are our key support and resistance levels I'm looking at on first rand. I'm looking at 67 there, 67.50, 67.35. There is our resistance currently on first rand, and our support is around 55.53 zone, around zone here. This is where I think we're going to get more people coming in and buying first rent because I don't know what's going to happen next on our, I mean to our financials going forward. The rand has been weakening a lot lately. I looked at the rand a few days ago. I predicted that the rand was likely to weaken towards 1340, 1350 area, and yesterday we saw the price the price or the rand weakening against the US dollar, hitting 1328 levels, which is very bad for the rand and very bad for the South African economy because inflation is going to spike up and we're going to have maybe interest rates rising, petrol price going up. Yeah, it's going to be a bit challenging going forward for the South African consumers. So I'm looking at the rand weakening. I don't think that the rand weakness has stopped. I think the rand weakness is still going to continue. The same levels I mean I was looking at a week or two ago, the level of 1340, 1350. I'm still looking at that level. I think that the rand is still going to weaken to those levels there. And if the rand weakens like that, that has or that will have a negative impact on our financials or on our banking stocks. We're going to see our banking stocks maybe taking a bit of a bit of a hiding. They're going to be beaten down. So it's possible that we may still see 55.53 on first rand on the back of that. When we look at the rand and check how financials usually perform when the currency weakens. Okay, when we look at the monthly time frame, we've just hit that top resistance there around 67. This was our support, but I mean, in May we broke below that area. We closed below 67.35. The close was, what was the close there? The close was 60, and the moving average is 61.66. The moving average is above the price, so the price uh, hasn't really moved up. I expect first rand to come down still. I don't know what's going to happen maybe over the next 2-3 weeks, but I think we should see first rand coming off based on the picture that we have on our screen at the moment. I'm looking at 55.53 there on first rand. To me, it's not a buy. It's not a buy at all. Okay, let's look at at the daily time frame. The daily time frame is painting us a very bad picture here. We have a declining trend line. We have a declining trend line there. We have this declining trend line. The market, every time the market tries to go up towards 63, sellers come in and beat the price down. So right now we are looking at 62. If the price goes up to 62, I think that's where sellers are located right now. We have a lot of sell orders sitting around 62. Every time the price goes up to 62, I think the price is likely to come down to 56. I think the price is likely to come down to 56, 55 on first rand. Although we closed above the moving average on the daily, but to me it doesn't really mean much. I think next week you're going to have this price really moving lower. Let's check how our weekly time frame looks. There is a lot of indecision right now around this zone here. There is a lot of indecision. Uh, this is indecision, very small bar. No one is really willing to commit. So for the week, there was no change. There was no change. So let's draw another. Oh, this, push it up a bit. That area on the weekly chart, 61, 69 towards 62. That's our resistance. I think uh, in the next 2 weeks we're really going to see first rand taking a knock there. I think the price is going to decline a lot over the next couple of weeks. Uh, Arun, I see that you're asking me if I think that the SMA is the best way to analyze the market. Well, for me, it simplifies the trading process. It simplifies uh, things when I'm trying to get the trend in the market. If the market is trading above my support area or it's bouncing off my support area and it's trading above the SMA, it always it always acts as a good signal for me, so that's why I really like it, and I always keep it at 10. Okay, some analysts are calling 135. Okay, let me see. Hi Buani. You're saying that I'm talking about Which stock is this? Let me see. Buani, what is 1355, big guy? Which stock is that? I see I've missed a lot of comments here. Oh, you're talking about the rent. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, 1355, 1360. I think that's the zone. Well, I mean, my minimum, my 1340 target was just the minimum target. I was looking at 1340 as the minimum target. I know a week or two ago, everyone, when I said I was looking at the rent going up to 1340, everyone was giving me some dirty look, thinking that I'm mad. But now the price has actually gone up 13. Happy this is happening. Okay, let me look at other comments. Crude oil above 75, above 13. That doesn't look good at all. No, it doesn't. It doesn't, Arun. I think the petrol price is still gonna go much higher, and inflation is going to hit us big. Oh, Jonathan, I'm using the 10 simple moving average. I'm using the 10 simple moving average. Oh, okay. Arun, you're saying that you use 10, 20, and 40 simple moving averages. Oh, okay. No, that's perfect. That's fine. You can use those because I mean, most guys in the market they use 50 and 200. They use 50 and 200, but I don't use 50 and 200. I just use the 10 simple moving average. Oh, okay, guys. What else do you want us to look at? I think we've looked at first rand. We've looked at and some currency pairs there. What else do you guys want us to look at? We looked at AVI. I don't know. I don't want to look at the rand today. No, we've looked at the rand. We've looked at the rand. Yeah, you see the rand above the simple moving average hit our support around 1185, moved up above 1294. We closed the week above 1294. 1294 was a big problem. It was a big headache. So the next area of resistance is 1340. 1340. I hope 1340 caps caps this weakness on the rand. Okay, this is our falling trend line here. Falling trend line is well, 13, well, let's say 1340, 1360. 1340, 1360, we have that falling trend line. That's where maybe we can expect to see maybe the rand gaining a little bit of strength against the US dollar around that falling resistance line. Okay, Mpo is saying CML, Royal Bafokeng. Okay, we'll have a look at Royal Bafokeng. Okay, on what time frame, Arun? On what time frame? The daily time frame. Okay, let me try and do the 20 there. That's your 20. And that's 40. Well, I mean, they came together around here, they started splitting, and the price went up. I don't know, Arun. It makes my chart very messy. I have too many moving averages now. I have too many moving averages. But I mean, the most important thing is that 1294 area. We are above it. I think the price is gonna go hit 1340 next week. From 1340, I think we may even get to 1380 on this thing. According to this, we may even get to 1380. 1370, 1370, 1380. I think around the zone. I think we may even get there. I think we'll get very close to 1390. We'll get very close to 1390 on the rand. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I see those crossovers, Arun. Yeah, but I mean, the problem with them is that they are lagging, and that's my only problem. Okay, guys, let's have a look at CML. Sure, I have so many lines on CML. Okay, let me remove these lines, all of them. Remove. Okay, this is the quarterly time frame. Let's get our support and resistance levels on it. Let's start with this one. 63.50 or 63.49. You see, these levels you can keep them for the whole year as long as the market is still playing around here. They will still be relevant. So you don't need to do these every day. You can do them like once a year. Once you've done them, you can keep them even for 2, 3 years. You know that every time the market gets to trade maybe at a particular level, that market maybe will either get supported or get maybe shot down if it's trading around resistance. Okay, I want us to look at these. I'll leave these other dots. I'll leave them. I'm never going to mark them because I want us to concentrate more on where the price is trading right now. We have our resistance. We have our current resistance around 63.50, 63.49. Maybe we can push this a little bit lower. Around 63. Our resistance is around 63, and the market has been falling really. CML is down 25% quarter to date. Let's check the weekly close. You see, the weekly close, we are below 63.30, or we are below this resistance line that we have here around 63.30. You see, it left a nice long wick behind, which shows that there is a lot of selling pressure happening here. So the price is really likely to come down. We may even come down to 50 on we may even come down to 50 on CML. So CML I think is under a lot of pressure currently. So that's the reason why we think that CML is a short. Let's check the daily time frame. Below the movement, below that 63.30, you see what the price does every time it gets to 63.30. You see these tails it leaves behind. This was on the last day of May, on the 4th of June, 5th of June. The market hasn't actually managed to close above the moving average. Hasn't managed to close above that 63.30. And yesterday we had a bearish reversal pin. I know that it happened in the middle of nowhere, but I mean, it means something. It shows that every time the price goes up, there are sellers that are waiting to capitalize on that by pushing the price lower. So next, I'm expecting the price to come down to 55.50 zone. 55.50 zone. So that's my take on Arun. Will have a look at your US 500 now, big guy. So I don't know if anyone has anything to say with regards to CML. If anyone has maybe a different picture to the one that I have right now. Okay, now let's go to RBP, Royal Bafokeng. Royal Bafokeng. Royal Bafokeng, let's get our support here. That is our support. This one is in the middle. Oh, no. Market, but I won't highlight it. Let me mark it. Well, Real Bafokeng has been under a lot of pressure. It has been trading below its resistance levels for quite some time. Since the beginning of 2018, we've just been we've just been selling Real Bafokeng. Right now, we're trading around our support levels on Real Bafokeng. Let's do this. Sure, that's we're trading around some serious support levels. If we close the month on Real Bafokeng below 24, there's a good chance that there's going to be more selling coming on Royal Bafokeng, because I mean this area here is our was our support that 324. When we broke below 324, we had this bearish pin bar. Well, I mean, let's just call it a bearish pin bar. I don't know. Some people can call it something else. I know. But I mean, the price went up there towards 24. Sellers came in, pushed the price down. Right now, buyers are trying to push the price towards that 24 again. I think sellers are going to come back in once more and push this price a little bit lower. So I think Real Bafokeng is bearish right now. I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't buy Real Bafokeng. I don't think that it's doing very well at the moment. I think I think this is more like a pullback. The price is going to move up a bit, like where we are right now. From here, I think we're going to come back down again on Royal Bafokeng. I expect the price of Royal Bafokeng to maybe continue sliding as long as we close the month below 124. If we get maybe a close above 124, because I mean there is another rising can look at here. This well, I mean we have a few lines. We have a few lines. We have this rising trend line. Right now, it looks like we've broken out of this rising trend line, but I mean, there's no follow through. We need to see the market breaking higher immediately after taking out the declining trend line. It hasn't done that, but I mean, if we can close above that, I mean, above 124, we could see the price of Real Bafokeng going up to 26 and even 26.71, 27 area there. But I think that there is a lot of there is a lot of bearishness on this stock. I think there's a lot. I think we're going to see it going down a little bit more. End of June. This is 6 months now. Each bar is made up of 6 months. The price has been declining since 2016. 2016, the last well, I mean the last quarter. Sorry, the last half of the year we were down 18%. First quarter 2017 down to, oh, sorry, first half we're down 2%. Second half down 15%, and first half of 2018, it looks like we're going to be down more than 10%. Already we are down 14%. So I think I expect a lot of weakness here on Real Bafokeng. But I mean, another thing that you must be on the lookout for is these tails that this market leaves out each time it goes down towards this 2220 area. Around 21, maybe around 21, 21. 2120 area, maybe that's where you can try and buy, hoping that the price is going to shoot up around 2021. Maybe that's where you can buy, but right now I think that the price is still going to come down towards that 20 area on Royal Bafokeng. Okay, then Exaro. Okay, are you happy with that one, Buani? Mm, okay, welcome, my brother. Exaro, let's check it. Okay, this is Exaro. We've marked a couple of turning points here, and we have some overhead resistance around 138. We have support. We have support around 122, and this is our support again around 108. Let's do this. This area here, 138. How do I mark this one? Let me mark it like this. Okay, that dotted line there, that area 138. We have some resistance on Exaro, so that area is a bit of a problem for me. We could see maybe the price reversing around that area, 138, 138 or 139. If we break, yeah, I think we are going to, I mean, attempt a break above 146.25 or 146. But I mean, right now, Exaro, in my view, it's not a buy. We are very close to that resistance there. I wouldn't go in and take a long. But I mean, let's check what happens at the end of June. If at the end of June we close above our 10 simple moving average and maybe above this area of 138.71 or 139, I think maybe we could actually go in and sure, try long there. But I mean, there is a very, very, very tight range there. That range is 138 and 146. You can actually go in there and try and buy, hoping that the price maybe is going to go back up to 168, 170. I think that finally we're going to get this stock trading around these levels, 168, 170. I think we're going to get there at some point. But at the moment, we must be very careful of these resistance levels that we have ahead of us. Okay, let's check what happened here. You see, the price went up. I think, I mean, the market participants, they saw this resistance area, and the price was pushed down 1%. I don't know if this is going to be sustainable, if the price is going to stay below this area for a very long time. But I mean, it's very important. If you get any daily close above this area, the next target is your 146. Any good close up 146, you're going up to 162. and 168 or 170 area there. That's the area where I think we are heading to, or heading towards on on Xaro. We had a falling trend line. We've taken that one out. This falling trend line, we've taken it out. The price is trading above this. But overall, Xaro is on a bullish trend at the moment. It looks bullish. It looks like it's going to move much higher. Above 146, yes, Arun, it's a good buy. You can buy there, expecting the price maybe to shoot up to 162, 163 there. Okay, now let's have a look at the US 500. That's the S&P 500. You're welcome, Lucy. Okay. Okay. Let's do this. This area here on the US 500, that's 2783 or 2783. The market is trading very close to that area. The high on Friday on the US 500. Let me check what the high was. It was 2779.1. 2779.11. So we are very close to that overhead resistance of 2783. I think the market is going to either reverse or break out above that area. But I think we're going to. I think we're going to reverse around that area. I think the market is going to get a lot of resistance from the sellers. Sellers are going to try and maybe and push the price down, maybe back down to 2,736, 2,740, where we have our support. I think that's what is going to happen next. I understand that we are trading above our moving average on the monthly, above our moving average on the daily, but that resistance is more important than our moving averages. So around there, I expect to see maybe a little bit of a tussle there between the buyers and the sellers, and I expect to see maybe sellers coming out coming out and winning that area and claiming it as theirs, pushing the price down. Let's check our monthly, our quarterly chart. See if we can. There isn't much that we can get from the quarterly chart. There isn't much that we can get, but I mean, you see that 236 is very important. That's where the last quarter ended, or where the last quarter closed, that 236. So that 236 is some good support. Let's check the monthly. Well, monthly time frame is above the moving average. It's been rising. Last month we're up 3.2% on the S&P. Month to date we are up 1.46. Let's see what the market does when it gets to 2,783. It's possible that we could get the price maybe coming back down to that 2736 before moving higher. I'm looking at the price of the S&P finally getting to maybe 2,832, 2,850. That's where I think the price of the S&P will finally get to. But we have a few things we are looking at. We're looking at the MPC, the committee, that looks after the central bank of America. They look at inflation, they look at interest rates, and all of that. If they continue to talk about aggressive hikes in interest rates in the States, there's a good chance that we could see into the market slowing down a bit. But I mean, there is nothing that suggests that the US market should slow down. Their employment has been improving a bit. Business, I mean, on the business side of things, also things have been improving, the business activity. So I think we're still going to get this price going up to 2,850, 2,832 area on uh, on the S&P. So that's the area that we should that we should keep an eye out for. 2,783 on the S&P 500 around here. I expect to see some sellers coming in and pushing the price down. First area of support 2,736. If we take out that 2,736 area, we may even come down to 2,643 and maybe even 2,575, 2,590, this zone here. But this is the buy zone. This is the buy zone in the S&P. If the S&P does come back down here, this is where you can actually go in and start buying stocks or start buying the S&P, because I mean it looks like we are in a tight range. We are not really a tight range. We are in a range 2,780 and 2,580. 2,780, 2,580. We have 200 points here. So if you are a brave guy and get a bearish reversal signal here, you can just go in and short the S&P. If the S&P goes down, you must remember that our market is also gonna go down. So I think it's important that we check our market also. Yeah, Arun, those are the levels I'm looking at. I'm looking at the market breaking above that 2,780. If we can get a break above it, then we're going up to that 2,800 and 2,800, 850. If you look at the daily, we may even get to 2,880. 2,880 on when you're looking at the daily. But I mean, it's been stuck in this since Feb. Feb it went up there, March it went up there, now it's June, we are going up there. We'll see what happens next. We cannot make any predictions, but I think that area is important, 2,783. You said something about the RSI and MACD. Arun, let me try and get the RSI. This is what I always do on the RSI. I get a horizontal line like this. Okay, where's my 50? Okay, I'll just put it here. I use this 50 to buy the market 50. It means that there is positive momentum happening on the S&P. Let me check. I cannot see any negative divergence on this. I cannot see any negative divergence. It's looking positive. We'll see what happens maybe over the next few days. We'll see what happens. The RSI is not really helping here. Let's put the MACD. Indicators at MACD. We're using standard settings. Well, I mean, the bars, the histogram bars, they've been rising with the price. They've been rising with the price, but I'm spotting some negative divergence on the RSI. I'm seeing some negative divergence on the RSI. Looking at the histogram. Okay, you see that is the histogram there. You see that's negative. You see this point here and this point is higher than this one here. But if you check the histogram on the RSI, this is lower. And that point there is higher than this one. But check what's happening on the RSI. The RSI is not really showing any improvement. This could be a bad. This could be an early warning to us that something is about to happen. I don't know. Do you see that, Arun? What I'm talking about? On the MACD, I'm talking about this negative negative divergence on the RSI. This is negative. You're supposed to be moving higher, but these are not growing. They are going down. This one is lower than this one. This one is lower than this one here. So that's worrying a bit. So yeah, let's check what happens around that that area there. Okay. Wait, yeah. According to the MACD histogram, it looks like it's going to be coming lower. The only thing that we haven't actually seen on the histogram is that if you are looking at this area on the histogram here on your MACD, these bars have been rising. We haven't had any bar that's been declining. Like you see here, we went up, went up, went up, went up, and this bar was lower and they started moving down. But I mean, this is not reliable. You see, these bars were going down, but the price kept on rising. So that is why sometimes I don't like these indicators, because I mean they don't give you the true picture of what is happening. You can use them around the turning points, like when the market got to the support area here. You could see that the bars were actually were actually moving up towards the zero line, and you got to the zero line and the price finally broke out and went higher. So around maybe your support and resistance levels, you can use the indicators to confirm your buyers, or to check if that area is really well supported or not. But yeah, using indicators alone without checking your support and resistance levels, I think is dangerous. Okay, let me check here. Let's see whether I do. You're welcome, Arun. Guys, is there anyone who has a question, who doesn't understand what you've been doing, more especially the new guys? Is there anyone who did not understand anything? If you did not understand or you're not too clear, please ask. I think from now until 1/2 past, if you guys have questions, you are free to ask anything with regards to what we've covered so far. If there's anything that you did not understand, please ask. If everything is clear, we can maybe end the session and meet again on Monday between 12 and 1. Okay, let me check. I do look at candle patterns when I trade, Arun. Yes, I do. Sorry. I do look at candle patterns, but I mean, I concentrate more on my support and resistance levels. Around there, that's where I, excuse me, really look out for those candle patterns. Okay, guys, thank you very much. Please go and practice this. Go do your own analysis, see if it's helping you. That's the only way that your confidence is going to get better. and it's the only way that you'll be able to make money out of this market. Using the 3M is you. Oh, using the quarterly time frame. Uh, no, you must check all the different time frames that you can get from your trading platform. Sometimes I use even the yearly charts. Like you see, I have one year. This the bar. Each bar is made up of 12 months. That's also very important. From 2008, this market has been rising. The S&P rising, 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 rising. The only year that it went down was 2008. Well, I mean, except for 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003 started rising. This year it went down, and since then it's been rising. It's been rising. Last year we made 18.9%. Year to date we are up 3.9%. 2016 we're up 9.5%. You can also use 6 months if you like. You can use 6 months. Last quarter, sorry, last half of 2017, we're up 3.5%. First quarter, sorry, first half of the year, we are up 1.46. You can use any of these. Okay, Arun, read the book Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. You can download video on YouTube. Adam Koo. Oh, okay. No, that's perfect, Arun. I'll have a look at it. The guy was a very good writer. I believe he's passed on, but I mean he was very good. Okay, I will have a look at it. Arun, thank you very much, guys. I mean, Arun has just suggested that we have a look at Adam Koo video on YouTube. Please have a look at it. It's Adam Koo. You can see there, Adam, then KHOO. Have a look at that video. I'll go straight to that video after this. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. I think we've covered everything that we had to cover today. Let's meet again next week, Saturday, for those that don't get a chance to join us during the week. Otherwise, you can join us between 12 and 1 for our webinars on a daily basis, 12 to 1. Thank you very much, guys. Have a great weekend. Thank you.